We are on this day, as we are ending this week, we are recapping the few things that have been pointed out by Blizzard in the last couple of days, from open world adjustment for everyone who is hunting for the meta achievement of Dragonflight, down to some changes of Season 4, as well as what's going down at the ending of this season. Let's first start with the hotfixes for the meta achievement hunting, which is the one related to the Primal Storm. Now, part of the meta achievement to earn the Good Dog Taiwan as a mount is Into the Storm. Into the Storm by itself also has more achievements to complete, one being Storm Chaser. Storm Chaser requires you to basically complete the 4 different elements of Primal Storms in each of the 4 Dragonflight zones. So it is 16 in total, except there is only one storm at a time with a cooldown for when it's gonna spawn again, which is quite slow and boring, so Blizzard sped it up and also went to double the amount of storms spawning, so you can basically do it twice as fast. However, there is a problem. That kind of doesn't work when you make the 2 storms the exact same type in the exact same zone. Since you only need to complete 1 storm of that element per zone, this is completely worthless. So with this hotfix, Blizzard is adjusting this issue for everyone who is either sick or bored enough to go for this meta achievement. Talking about collecting, there was some triggering about the collecting of the Noble Flying Carpet Mount during this currently ongoing Noblegarden event. That's because this mount coming from defeating the rare of the Noblegarden event appear to have about a 1% chance to actually give you this mount. Now, traditionally, for this kind of events, the first kill of the day, the first kill on one character or sometimes the first kill on your account had an increased chance of looting the main reward of the mob. This one didn't, so Blizzard did, with a hotfix, increase now the drop rate of the Noble Flying Carpet Mount, and this one is on the account, not on the character. Now, according to first-hand reports, the chance seems to have increased from 1% to anywhere between 5 to 10% chance per kill per day per account on this mount. Now, on to more news about things going away soon. Blizzard reminds us of all of the achievements that are about to become unavailable and unobtainable in Season 4. We have the entire list of the Mythic Plus checkpoints of rating, 750, 1500 and then 2k and 2.5k, will of course all be going away, together with, of course, Ahead of the Curve and Cutting Edge. Blizzard also points out, unlike what happened in Shadowlands when the season ended and they kept the mount from the jailer to still be obtainable in Heroic or Mythic during the Fated season, currently Blizzard seems to have pointed out specifically that the renewed Protodrake embodiment of Shadowflame appearance for your dragon is actually going away in Season 4 as well. So you only have this reset and a couple more to get this appearance for your Drake, together with a couple more mounts and a couple more titles. Now on to something we have touched on a few days ago, which was swiftly fixed by Blizzard. We pointed out the lowering the nerf of the crafted gear in Season 4, going 3 item levels lower than what we currently have right now in Season 3. Blizzard points out that there was a bug that was causing this issue and are correcting it in the next PTR build, which is already out and has already fixed this issue. So they point out that players should expect that Season 4 gear at the max crafted item level will be item level 525, which is just 3 item level below the standard max item level of Mythic Raiding, as well as your Vault reward, which will be 528. So no panicking needed, I guess. The crafted gear will still be pretty good in Season 4, which overall will make gearing up in Season 4 even more juiced now with the addition of the bullion system, giving you basically 1 max item level piece of your choice every week, at least for the first few weeks, until you run out of slots to use from the bullion vendor. Now, the last of the bits is for everyone who likes to watch some competitive environments, you know, some down-to-the-wire challenges. Perhaps you are one of the guys who enjoys the race to world first, trying to figure out who gets to kill the last boss first, you know, the banter, the competition between different guilds, etc, etc. Now though, we are reaching the opposite end of the season, not the start, but the ending, and what we get is not the race to world first, is the race to world last. So you can find out some pretty cool things by going, for example, on Raider.io, checking out the raiding section of Amirjasil, picking up the raid rankings right now, and scroll down all the way to page like 40 something, where you get to see the gap from the guilds who killed Farak and the guilds who did not. This one is directly linked with Warcraft logs, which means you get to know which guild is progressing on the boss, on how many pulls and what was their best pull. You can even get more information guild by looking at their current progress, even down to the current progression compared overall to all of their pulls, etc, etc. And if you want, that's the cool part, you can keep scrolling down until you find the red dot of streaming players part of these guilds to see them progressing, you know, their best 5% pool to see if they will kill the boss. So you get yourself the wheelchair version of the race to world first, which can still be entertaining. It could also be pretty cool to try to see just how many guilds end up killing Farak. Remember, a few days ago we pointed out Farak was still on the low-ish end of amount of kills for a tier. We were at 780 a few days ago. Then we had the hefty nerfs to Farak, now it's at 870. So Blizzard's okay, satisfying number for a last boss at the end of a season is at the very least on the level of Jailer from Sepulchre last expansion, so we're talking about 1200 kills. Farak at the moment is about 300 kills behind this optimal number. So we will see after the nerfs, with about a couple of resets left to the end of this season, how many guilds will end up actually killing Farak, and that's what could be pretty interesting. You know, sifting through Raider.io, checking out which of the guilds somewhat close to the kill of the last boss are actually going to end up killing the boss before the end of the season. Maybe, you know, maybe rooting for a guild on your server, maybe rooting against a guild on your server, a guild with players saying that you know about, etc, etc, and tracking their progress, or even checking out their streams if they are currently streaming to see how they are doing on this boss for the very end of the season. So these are the collection of news for the ending of this week, between the hotfixes to the meta achievement plus the current active event Noblegarden, all of the achievements going away and becoming unobtainable, together with some of the rewards, including titles and mounts, as well as the correction from Blizzard about, in the end, crafted gear not really being nerfed in Season 4, as well as the incoming coolest race of the season, the race to world last, to see how many kills we will end up having on Farak for Amirjasil. So, with this out of the way, we are now leaving each other on this Sunday, starting, of course, with our goodbyes to all of the Patreon supporters, together with everyone else who is supporting for free, liking and commenting down below, as well as subscribing to the channel itself. Now, with these pointless things out of the way, thank you guys again for watching, see you guys tomorrow, and in the meantime, this video was made kinda late. You know, this was supposed to happen about like 6-8 hours ago even, and things happened.